Here I am on the walk-in to Rocca Pendice, a climbing crag, a volcanic rock in the volcanic hills, just south of Padova, south east of Verona. Little walk-in. Soon we'll see the crag. As we approach, come to the first part of the rock. It's got like 3 or 4 routes on it, all sort of 6A to 6B. It's relatively vertical to slab. From here you can also see the bigger crag up in the wood. Has longer, harder roots on it. There's another section up around the back, the slabs, which are easier. And then we're going to go on to the furthest left as you look at the crag, where there's a kind of a bouldering section. It's nothing special, but I haven't climbed for a couple of weeks, so it'd be good to do a bit of bouldering, easy bouldering here just to get back into it, and then eventually back out onto some routes around here when the weather cools down, as we've got 37 degrees today, 38 tomorrow I think. Anyway, it's the end of August and plenty warm at this time of year. Climbing season's more through the winter, as you got better friction in the cold temperatures, and it doesn't rain so much these days, so the rock's generally in good condition through the winter. Walking past another slab on the way in, a bit more humid at this part of the wood, so you can see all the moss all over it, although you can also see all the chalk marks. People have been doing some slab traverse, and there's a few kind of a highball boulder problem that goes up the wall, but nothing crazy, nothing special. And it's actually a bit cooler than I expected it to be in these woods, because like I say, 38 degrees out there. It's not ideal bouldering situation at all, but at least the woods are keeping it cool, and there's a bit of a breeze, and that helps as well. And as you look up, you can see more of the crag. There's some 7C that goes through the roof up there. Fallen trees on the path, so we can get through. Some nice roots in there. Generally everything's vertical. There's a few like overhanging overlaps of rock. Another fallen tree on the approach, crossing the path. There's been a lot of windstorms generally in autumn here in the north of Italy, in the Dolomites. Coming up to the section of the cliff where I'm going to do a bit of bouldering. I'll be surprised if I see any other climbers here, just because it's a Tuesday midday and end of August, when everybody's generally on holiday at the beaches and nobody's really thinking about climbing in these temperatures. But you never know. And here we go, where we pull off the path to go up to the crag. There it is, 20 meters up there. See some clips in some of the routes already. Somebody projecting one of the harder routes. So we're getting closer. Here's a little bouldering area. There's the hardest routes at the crag. So here's a little traversey section. Nothing special, vertical. Kind of slabbish at the start. Mildly overhanging at the end. Little area here with there's like a couple of nice 7Cs and an 8C, some really nice 7As up this right hand side. Again, some sort of 7A, around 7A to the left. But let's get warmed up on the traverse down here. Right, so here we are, starting the warm-up traverse. Let's see how we do. Got an easy start, which is slabby, and then it's going to get mildly overhanging, more technical, and see how we do when we get there. Had 2 weeks off climbing, so this is the first climb back. Kind of get the fingers moving again, get the blood flowing through the fingers, get the tendons working again. Oh, already off nearly. Okay. See how we do. So, I hadn't climbed for exactly a year. 4 months ago. Came back here for my first climbing session in a year. And this first bit's always fine. But towards the end, I couldn't do anything. So it'll be interesting to see today, after 4 months of climbing and 2 weeks off, if we can get any further. I've already got no clue what I'm doing, and I'm pumped. But it's just the warm-up, so I'll probably best to drop off here and let the blood circulate a bit. Try and remember this last section. Oh yeah, decent side pull, decent undercling, and then it thins out. Somehow when I get into here, and then pinch, crimp. Okay, we've got some high holds, side pull up here, so we want to maybe come up somehow into there. Okay, I think we're going to do some working out and then get back on it. So I've been trying this last section, this last tricky section, for about an hour with not much success. I figured out the moves. I can do the sequence in overlapping steps, but I can't link it. And the hard section is basically from here to up over around the end. Let's give it a try anyway. There we go. Ready? Okay, then we'll link from there to the end and we'll call it a day, and we'll have to come back and try it after a few months of training. So, final section. Let's get it. Here we go. Nice. Pretty pumped now after that 1 hour session of trying to work out the moves on the end section, but we got there in the end. Okay, so the first part of the traverse is quite easy. Then the second part I can do in two sections. So I now figured out how to do it. I have to come back and do it all in one at some point.